Hello and welcome to Snap Take. This is Glazer of Snap Judgements, and today we've got 3 decks for you. Don't you usually do 4, I hear you ask, dear viewer? Yeah, but we got a giant OTA later, so we're going to do an OTA video as our second video. 2 videos in a day, still 3 brand new decks, including one that Danish swears by. He sent me this a couple days ago and was like, this doesn't lose, don't share it yet. Well, the OTA is later, and this deck rocks, and you deserve to have it. So this is Denish's new Hela list. If you don't know, Danish is the preeminent Hela player in Marvel Snap. Whether it's meta or not, he finds a way to make it work in the top 100 of the Infinite leaderboard. You can find Danish at twitch.tv/Danish_Hela. He's occasionally uses the letter 3 over the E or the I for the number 1 for the I. Apparently, he has settled in as Danish with all letters _Hela. This deck needs Redshift, Corvus, and Blink, not the most expensive thing, not cheap, but a couple Series 4 cards in that mix and a former Season Pass. And then Legion can unfortunately be only replaced by other Series 4 cards, Cannibal or Hellion. I'm actually really curious to try out Hellion in a Hela deck. I think it might be really useful for those turn 5 Hela plays to be able to reorganize some stuff and get the Hela cards where you want them to be. Next up, let's go card by card. Redshift has breathed new life, has created a meta deck in Agatha Hela. Redshift is in a million different Agatha decks. It's just one of the most meta and best things to do in Marvel Snap. This deck fundamentally cuts all the other 1s and 2s so that if you draw Redshift, Agatha has no choice but to discard herself. Gambit is here for early kills. You might have played against a lot of Invisible Woman First Steps decks lately, for example. Gambit will eliminate the Invisible Woman in those matchups really, really effectively, or take out very many key cards. Corvus is your other big discarder. The random discard here is great, as is the extra energy it gives, allowing you to do things like Hela on 5 or Blink on 4. Jubilee goes to find you your cards, as does Blink. They're both here to get you Hela or other big cards. Ghost Rider gets you back a card. Often that's Agatha, but sometimes you discard Hela. In those cases, you can play Ghost Rider to try and get back Hela, and you can rediscard later on by playing Odin. Iron Man makes your stats in one lane unimpeachable. Legion says, I really, really, really don't like magic, fundamentally. Hela decks do not want magic. They want 6 turns, not 7. Blink we talked about. Hela brings back a bunch of your cards. I don't know if you knew that. That's what she does, but that's what she does. Odin is a way to re-trigger Hela. If you can play Hela on either Gambit, Corvus, or Redshift, you can play Odin on that Hela, and those. Odin will bring back the newly discarded cards as well. Agatha's big, thins your deck, makes you more likely to draw Hela. And of course, Infinite is just the biggest thing in the game. So Danish absolutely swears by this version. It says this is one of the best decks in the game. I played it a little bit, but I know people watch my Untapped, so I didn't play it all that much because, well, I promised Danish I wouldn't share it until he was ready. So now that he's ready, I can actually experience this list a little bit more. So turn 1, we're going to want to pass. Turn 2, Redshift. Snap on Redshift if you have a good hand. Turn 3, Corvus, and if you don't have Hela, or if Corvus discards Hela, if you don't have Agatha, or if you don't have Hela, Corvus is a snap. You can also still play Redshift or even Gambit. Next up, you play a 5 if you play Corvus or Jubilee. Sometimes, but rarely, you're going to Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider here generally brings back Agatha, or as if you accidentally discarded Hela. Turn 5, Hela, or we can do Jubilee or Blink to get it. If we played Ghost Rider, because we Corvused away our Hela, we can also Gambit that Ghost Rider right here to see what we got. And then turn 6 is Hela or Odin, and then we've probably won. This deck is utterly disgusting, and this is not, however, the thumbnail deck. This isn't the deck that's the best I've played this season. That's still coming up. But first, if you're interested in winning a free Galactus First Steps, a card you're actually going to need for the best deck I played this season, please make sure you hit that sub, like, and comment. I'll tell you what comment to leave later to this video. Although, it's honestly going to be a continuation of yesterday. I asked yesterday about how your mental health was. Today it's just going to be expand. Tell me something good or bad that's happened to you recently. If you are interested as well, check out the Snap Judgements League. We are hosting this tournament. It's a major tournament. It kicks off at the end of the week. All you have to do is sub, like, comment. Your sub, what the heck? That's not true in the slightest. If you want to join Snap Judgements League, all you have to do is check out our Patreon, patreon.com/snapjudgments. We have $500 in prizes. All that's required in order to enter is 1 game a week. If you can handle making a schedule with an opponent, playing 1 game a week, you can win up to $500 in prizes, including season passes and so much more. Check it out at patreon.com/snapjudgments. Next up, we have the best deck I played. This is Ava Surprise, and if you go over to my Twitch, Pulse Glazer, you can find me playing this yesterday. I couldn't find anything I wanted to play in this meta. I'm sick of Invisible Woman, I'm sick of Surfer, I'm sick of this, I'm sick of that. All these decks feel very, very linear and very straightforward, and I was just so bored of the meta, and I was getting frustrated, and then I decided to go check some of my friends' Untapped profiles to find a good deck. Ava Zord, the top Brazilian player in the world, has this really, really cool deck he called Surprise, and it had like a 67% win rate in like 40 games, so I was like, you know what? I haven't played a Pixie deck in a million years, and we got some War Machine stuff. I'm going to play this jank and see how it goes. A 65% win rate in another 40 games later, and I really love this deck. This is the best and most original deck I've played this season. Props to Avazord, who can find it at twitch.tv/Avazord. This deck needs Pixie, Galactus First Steps, and War Machine. If you don't have Hulkling, you can run your favorite 6, anything from Doom to Magneto. However, Hulkling is an absolute cube printer. Can run Lockjaw in place of Blink. It's way worse, but it's doable. And Mr. Fantastic is literally he's here because he's the best card in the game, but he's also like not remotely important to your game plan. Feel free to run a card like Surge in that spot. Citric Hell might have a place here too. All right, let's talk the deck. Ebony Maw is really strong, right? You can usually get 2 buffs on Galactus out of playing Ebony Maw. You would like to play War Machine so you can play later in that lane, but even if you can't do that, you have access to Vision, so you're generally speaking totally fine. Mr. Fantastic occasionally makes stuff cheaper. The +2 is nice, but what you're really trying to do is get cheaper cards. Pixie is amazing getting cheaper cards. Play her, ideally when you don't have all your 6s in hands, but she's incredibly powerful. She's generally going to give you 1/6 for cheaper, and that is often all you really need to win. You're running 3 10+ power cards, so you have Cosmo to protect it, while also offering you Disruption. Protecting War Machine is also ridiculously important here. If your War Machine gets Enchantress, you're often going to have a problem. Mobius is here for 2 reasons. The first is when you play Mobius after Pixie, you always get the better of the 2 costs. The other reason Mobius is here is that no one's playing around Mobius right now. Everyone's playing Surge, Mr. Fantastic, Mr. Negative, Mockingbird, Sasquatch. Mobius gives you free snaps into those matches. Jubilee is fairly likely to hit a big thing, just a powerful card. Can also help you get into some other hard to get into lanes, like the Destroy locations. Also, if you play Jubilee on 4, Blink on 5 is a really, really great play. War Machine is amazing. It lets you play Infinite and lets you play in the Ebony Maw lane. It's not as pivotal as it is for many decks because you're not all in on War Machine, but he's still extraordinarily helpful. Blink, again, you're generally not blinking War Machine unless Galactus is huge or Emperor Hulkling is something great. But Blink is just a lot of power, and 8 power that goes to get you something big, turns Jubilee into a lane win. Vision is your backup for Ebony Maw lane, but it's also just movable power, makes it hard for your opponents to contest. Emperor Hulkling has won me games with such cards as Null and Doctor Doom and Blob. It is just often the biggest thing in the game. Galactus for this list is often sitting at 18 to 20+ power. You love to see it. As Infinite is just 20 power. You just want big things. Galactus and Infinite are right now the 2 biggest of the things. So this is literally the best deck I've played all season. It's also the most fun deck I played all season. If you have access to it, I urge you to play it with patience and care. Turn 1, Ebony Maw. Turn 2, Pixie over Mr. Fantastic. Turn 3, Mobius, who can be a snap if you either played Pixie or you can tell what they're doing and Mobius stops them, over Cosmo or 2. Turn 4, we're going War Machine usually over Jubilee. Turn 5 is Vision or Blink, if War Machine Vision, if Jubilee Blink. And then turn 6 is a 6-drop, generally speaking, and winning the game. Obviously, Pixie tears up your turn order a little bit, but this deck is once more utterly fantastic and utterly disgusting, and I cannot urge you to play it enough. Please do give it some run. I think you will really, really enjoy this list. Before we go forward, please hit that sub, like, and comment. It really helps out the channel if you're willing to support it. And check out twitch.tv/PulseGlazer. Our most recent VOD has this deck in it. Our mental health check-in, I told you at the beginning of the video, right when I talked about it, is continuing with tell me something either negative you want to get off your chest or positive that has occurred in your life lately. Frankie Ray Nova is going to be our final deck of the day. I've settled on this card being mediocre. It's not great. It needs 1 more power to be great, but it is mediocre. Unfortunately, it's mediocre as a 2-drop, and 2s are the best cards in the game, so it's sort of overrated. However, our friend Unfit Parrot has had a great run with this. Another of our friends, Bricks to Click, has another really good Frankie Ray Thanos list that we'll get to relatively soon in the channel. This deck is fundamentally saying, if I can hit her with Galactus or get some good locations or get the Phastos thing on her, she's just free power for this deck, and I want nice, cheap power. Is she amazing here? Nope. Is she necessary for this list? Nope, but she's pretty damn good. You can find Unfit Parrot at twitch.tv/ you guessed it, Unfit Parrot. He's also on YouTube at the same name. This deck needs Thanos, Mockingbird, and Sasquatch. Frankie can be Lasher. Mr. Fantastic or Surge can be Merlin. Human Torch First Steps can be the Strange, not First Steps, Strange Supreme. Phastos can be Cosmo, and Stardust can be Enchantress. If you don't have Phastos, you really don't want to run a Frankie Lasher version, though. All right, so Fantastic, Surge, and Phastos are here largely to hit that Frankie Ray and make those stones really good. Powerful stones and a really good Frankie Ray are worth running those cards. Mr. Fantastic and Surge are otherwise here because they're two of the best cards in the game. Human Torch gets big enough to really fill a lane and win the lane in this deck. Juggernaut is the other contender for best card in the game, I think, right now, along with Mr. Fantastic and Invisible Woman for steps. So Juggernaut's here because he's great and you should run him right now. No one's filling anything. Mobius is incredibly useful just to, again, counter opponents, just like the previous deck. Phastos, again, we talked about, gives you that buff or that discount. The buff is great for Frankie, great for the stones. The stones being free is pretty nice, too. Galactus is your other buff. It's your one targeted buff. Worth keeping in mind that it's here for both Frankie and Human Torch First Steps. Stardust says, I'm sick of losing to Hela. Mockingbird and Sasquatch are both really, really cheap if you play a bunch of stones and 2-drops on turn 5. And then, of course, we have Thanos, who is a 5 or 6/12 that gives you access to stones that draw a bunch of cards. This one, Parrot went 13 and 3, 81%. Turn 1, we draw. Turn 2, Surge or Fantastic overdraw. Turn 3, Torch is more or less equal to Phastos, depending on your hand. You can play Mobius if you think it's going to win the game. Turn 4, we tend to go Stardust, Galacta, or earlier plays. Turn 5, we just want to play out a bunch of stuff, and if we can play out a bunch of stuff and we have Sasquatch, Mockingbird, and Juggernaut, we should do that and Snap. That's it. That's the deck. It's really, really simple and straightforward, especially for a Thanos list, but it puts up points and no one's ready for it. Be wary of the, as always, present Killmonger, and outside of that, this one is really strong. Nova is not worth getting for this deck. Run Lasher. You'll be fine. If you're interested in checking out some gameplay and my current time zone doesn't work for you, today being Thursday means King of Canada should be live relatively soon. Go check him out. Certain tiers of support on our Patreon come with honor. Thanks. Please check out our Patreon if you're so inclined and if you want to be in the Snap Judgements League. Patreon.com/SnapJudgements. Thank you to our patron of the month and a half now, Jonesy Snap 22. Check out the Triple Threat Please on YouTube. Abigail Geeson, Mad Turner Burnout, It Regardless, LAB Inc. I Am Frostman, Hotep Neverete, Primed Ryan, Ryan Burke, Ryan Wood Snap, Ren Wrench. Check out Ryan Wood on YouTube, by the way. Ren Wrench, Gopher Kev, Keltor, Caretix Lee, Koirei, Kazushi, Archangel 3K. That's like 5Ks in a row. Let's count. Kev, Keltor, Caretix, Koirei, Kazushi, Archangel. 6 Ks in a row, baby. So many Ks now. Black Dahlia, Profos, Goatsy, and Code. Hallowed, Synth, Fatnik, Absolute Shannon, Dirtay, Casual, Dark, Moogle, Mr. Kerfufflin Around, Mr. Cables, Ginger Prime, Philly, Philip Rakovich, Haplo, Kenny Logs of the Danger Zone, The Bizza, Black Jeebus 23, Exorcy, and Skippy TR Rhyming Friends. Jessica Gamble's up, Jess, Mr. Slushed at the King of Bros, Bro, The Great Kazoo, Werewolf, Oh, Gibbs, Yoda Clam, Colonel Foreman, Rob, Silverman, David, Wingfield, Steven, Brian, Hoffman, Tristan, Martin, Jason, Matt, Corbin, John Q, and Jimmy, Mick Q, down, you stout, 8th Sage, one big man, Cactus Jack, Reefster, Steve-O, 1 through 1, Yo Marco, to Bro, Good Pro, Joe, and then Snap Decisions Joe. Please watch and listen to the Snap Decisions podcast. Bickety, Boom, Bot, Bricks to Click, Green Goblin, Unibot V2, Flan Vertex, Spectrum Mix, Hoot, Only Fox, Matt H, DJ, Mike Adjings, No Frickin' Flex, Nick, The Greek Geek, Toxie, Toxic Soul King, Zodric74, The King of Canada, JJ. Check out those 4 on Twitch, please. Demnat Falcon is on YouTube, while Thor Newman is on both Twitch and YouTube. Two Ties is running the Snap Judgements League now, baby. The Great Learner Devs, the Pirate King, R. Matey Tucker, and of course Gunning T. The T stands for tired. I'm getting tired. It's been a long day. My first day teaching students. I had a great time, and I still got to record a second video. So I'll see y'all later, hopefully on stream. If not, then enjoy 2 videos today. Peace.